Hey everybody, this is episode 6, Black Roses Podcast. It's your boy Serge and two of my boys. Now we're talking about show to show.
As we left off before.
You got it, Cam.
Yeah.
Show to show.
So I wanted to leave it off there with the little cliffhanger because shows, and even coming down to like some movies, but that's, we'll talk about that later. Shows and just TV channels and just how commercials was too, and how crazy as shows has been for me to even watch, because even as a kid, I never really like watched it as much. Yeah, I did, but like it was mostly like Cartoon Network and things like that. So,
but you know what? What's your favorite show?
My favorite show, well, the one, I have a lot of favorites right now. I can never pick one because they all like have a good, they always like, there's this mashup of where it's just like, it's so, what's it called? Like addicting in a way where it's like you can't really stop watching the show.
But what's the name of the show?
One of the shows I've watched, and I'm gonna kind of put it in order, is Attack on Titans. I recently just finished it, and like it was like a few weeks ago, and I recently just finished it, and it was really good. And I just wish there was more animes like that. If you know, then you know, like the type of animes and whatnot. I feel like the script and even the ending just felt like I'm not gonna give spoilers, but all I'm gonna say is that the ending is pretty shocking, and it kind of leaves you there of kind of wondering. I feel like that's what shows do and does, is where you kind of take a different perspective in life, and I feel like that's huge. That's a huge thing to do, you know what I mean? Like shows doing that, and even like shows like I mean, I've seen a little bit of episodes back then, but not too much, like Mr. Robot, like how people thought it was like gonna, like how it predicted a lot of stuff, and I think that was like pretty interesting.
You're gonna see it for sure. If we're gonna end up seeing it, we're like, I mean, you know, you see it when you have the time where we can see them together, maybe 2 a week or something like that. You're really gonna get your
yeah.
How many episodes is there, Mr. Robot?
I think it's 2 seasons, possibly 3, but I know definitely there's 2 seasons, and it does not disappoint.
Then there's
even the show that just burns time to get to the next one, because they didn't really have anything on there. It's still the dopeness.
That's called a filler episode.
Yeah, those fillers is still good.
Still good?
Yep.
Now, before I get in really in depth with all of them, I want to start with the cartoon one. So, cartoons and reality shows. That's what I grew up.
Hold on, 1 second.
What? Yeah.
1 second. What's your favorite?
My favorite show?
Yes. Before we go over here again.
Probably Attack on Titans or Invincible.
Attack on Titans or Invincible?
Yeah.
And what's your favorite show?
Currently, right now, I mean, I'm head over heels for Attack on Titans right now.
Attack on Titans.
Yeah.
And then yours is what?
Really watch Invincible though.
Invincible?
Yeah, you will love Invincible.
And then what's your other one?
Attack on Titans.
But what's your other one?
Oh, the other one, I don't know. That's tough. And I haven't watched the new season 4 of Invincible yet, so I really can't say right now. If I had to put something there, I would guess. I mean, I'm really hyped to watch Mr. Robot. So I've seen some clips, so I'm gonna say Mr. Robot.
I still don't really know what it's about.
Yeah, you haven't watched it, so it can't be your favorite. It can't be your favorite. You haven't watched it.
I know,
allegedly.
That's true. I haven't watched it now, but I can tell, and I already, have a good idea, and I don't know how to explain it. I've seen.
I think you're gonna mesh with it well. I think you guys are gonna mesh with it well. You're gonna like it.
Something I can't stand about shows. Well, okay, not can't stand. Like to me, there's different types of shows. Like, you know how Family Guy is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like where anything happens, but it's not canon. The next episode is just gonna be back to normal.
Yeah.
Like that. I forgot what other shows do that. Simpsons. South Park.
I kind of like that for cartoons.
But sometimes canon things do happen, but it's like super, super rare.
Yeah, like Adventure Time.
Yeah, no. Adventure Time is all canon. All
No, it's not.
Not all.
It's always a new adventure every day.
Regular
Family Guy did that.
Yeah.
Family Guy did do that. They did like where canon things did happen, but it was super rare. Like I remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Canon is it follows up. Yeah,
I think, as I said, as I was trying to say, I was, with Adventure Time, it follows.
When Adventure Time first came out, it was like that,
Yeah.
like Family Guy. And then it became canon with each episode.
Yeah, it started to slowly become that.
But there were fillers.
Even
I
Steven
feel like every
Universe.
show has fillers at this point.
Every show has fillers.
Every show. I mean, like, even Death Note did. And I feel like Death Note
Definitely had fillers.
had a lot. I think it was around season 2, maybe. Honestly, it was a good show. I was disappointed at the end. But as I was saying,
pretty anticlimactic.
as I was saying in the beginning, and I'm going to ask you guys this.
Okay.
I grew up watching cartoons and reality shows. That's what I grew up watching, right? So at the time, Kardashians were popping off for their shows. At the time, for me, Jersey Shore released, I think, it was in Miami. I think it was around the end of Miami. I think it was. That's when I started watching, or that's when I at least started. Then I watched Adult Swim a lot. Because that's when, everyone used to sleep. That was the only channel that was on, which has a huge impact for me. Like, I love Adult Swim.
I feel like you can't really compare like reality shows and like normal shows. I feel like reality TV shows feel like a complete different breed.
Yeah, I know.
It's like a complete different breed to all of them.
I know it does.
It's more raw. It's like more like
I mean, not more
content. It's like more content. I feel. Because you can more relate it to,
And then
pair it up with content.
later down the line, I started seeing like shows like TLC and things like that. Like,
I remember TLC.
but before like all those reality shows, I watched cartoons, and those cartoons were
Wasn't TLC like before it got popular? Was it like an
Learning Channel.
Yeah, Learning Channel.
Learning Channel.
And then it became
Tender love and care.
it became a
A whole
a reality TV show too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like every show on there was reality.
But you guys, you know that back in my day when I was a kid, the reality show was birthed around my time.
What do you mean, birth?
Oh,
It was
birth,
birthed
it
around
was
my
just
time.
like
It was-
just
it was
came out.
made-
MTV came out with
I love
them.
MTV.
7 roommates in a house. Then it came out with Road Rules. Then they came out with this, and then
I
they
have a
just kept
question.
on.
Man, the old MTV was so much
Y'all
more
remember
better.
the show Ridiculousness?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
What type
yeah.
of show does that count? though?
I think I'm
type of show
gonna
is that?
say it's just
I want to say it's like entertaining. It's like almost
Yeah,
like a Touch
entertaining.
Point almost.
Like a
yeah.
talking show?
It's
or
not
something?
really, but it's like maybe it's under the category of entertainment, comedy,
I
entertainment.
think it's just entertainment, because even when the show starts, he says it's due to all for entertainment. Every single time I'll look up like what it means. As a kid, it would always used to say entertainment. I don't know what it is now, but that's what I can remember. But yeah, I remember that.
Because it's
Yeah.
basically videos, and then they're talking on the videos. It's like
But yeah,
it's like it's like almost like Tosh a little bit.
one thing I am gonna bring up, because you used to watch Adult Swim a lot, and one of the things, because every single time you used to tell like knock out after you came back from work, you used to always leave the TV on, and I was always used to see Adult Swim.
It's
Yeah, it was easy for me to go to sleep.
What
with
do you
that.
think about Robot Chicken?
so that.
It had its run. It was pretty good. It was.
Because I
liked it.
I
because
never
it-
really got a clear answer.
It
for
took
with
me
Adult
back.
Swim.
You know what Robot Swim took me back to?
What?
Either your room was really messy, or you had always that friend's room that was like he had a lot of toys, or she had a lot of toys, and those iconic toys that they show on Adult Swim, and you would play like that. You would play like that. You're like, come over here.
I think what made Robot Chicken so likable for me is that it was just like they just did whatever to do whatever, and I think like sometimes that can go really good to hand in hand if they know what they're doing, and
Yeah,
I think
they
that's
know
what,
what they were doing.
and especially like the change up, like the way they used to do it, like a lot back then was like really entertaining to me at least.
But honestly, like Adult Swim's like slow death was very sad.
Yeah.
It was. I love. What made Adult Swim was the commercials. That's what really made it stain like.
What do you mean, like not the commercials? It's like
No, like
what was
after,
called?
like,
It's not commercials.
it was
Like,
their-
like
no,
Adult Swim plug-in.
Yeah, it was their own
plugins.
plugins. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
That's not.
after
It's not a
their-
commercial.
Yeah. It was just.
That was their own. That was their own commercial.
It's
break.
like it was like their commercials.
They
to plug
already
themselves.
had commercials.
Yeah.
No, their own plug. Their own commercials.
Yeah, that's called plug-in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
their
know.
own
Those are
plugs.
different things.
That's what I'm referring to.
Yeah, but
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
not a commercial.
It almost felt like a commercial.
It's not a commercial.
But it's not.
Commercial is something that airs. Like, it's,
Well, okay,
it's
tell me
different.
this then.
It's different.
Every single time And if this is true,
because they're using
maybe they were onto something, but I may break this because look, and I may get you to double think, because if that was the case, hold on, if that was the case, then how? Actually, no. Almost Nickelodeon does it. Disney does it. Oh, okay. I just thought of it. Yeah,
it's a plugin.
But is it a commercial? Like, it's not a commercial. It's a plugin. They're not showing the show.
It feels like a commercial. It's almost like they copy the commercial feel, but it's a plugin.
It's a plugin.
I feel it's. I don't think because
it doesn't count as the same.
It doesn't count as a commercial. It's not categorized. It looks similar.
It could either be a break, like a break, because every single time we have to watch
the break,
people, the show itself will always say commercial break.
Commercial break.
Do not, bro.
Which is a great way to advertise some more.
Yeah, I know. That's advertising. Yes, of course. But the question I'm trying to say is that, is it still up there as like a commercial?
It's not a commercial.
Because, as I said, it's people said it has. The show said it's had. Like, people there said it has. So
look it up.
It's not a commercial.
Look it up. Because this is what
do we need to look this up? I already know it.
Because, like, I mean, yeah,
a commercial. Because
you gotta look it up.
Like I said,
it could prove the other person.
After. And not only that, they said, and people think it's that. So what is the real thing, you know? Because they're saying it, people are thinking it. So what really is it?
Yeah.
It could be a plugin, but like, is it also like a plugin and a commercial?
It's like
Can that be the same thing?
That's copies the commercial, so their TV, so it flows all together perfectly.
Well, speaking of
that's what was done. You know what was my favorite show?
What?
I had a couple. I had on school days. It was Alf. Waking up early in the morning, eating Cheerios.
Oh, Alf.
Alien Alf. I had to watch that. 30 minutes of that piano. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding.
Alf is a...
He's a pure comedian, bro. I had to see Alf every morning. Like, I was like in the second grade.
Alf is something, bro.
Yeah, and then Saturday night, I think it was Friday nights. It was Perfect Strangers and Head of the Class. But Perfect Strangers, that was my show.
Perfect Strangers. That's
it's saying the similarity between their goal, which is that it's advertising. So I guess advertising makes something a commercial.
I knew it.
It airs like a commercial, but it's a plugin for.
So yeah, it's a break.
Both.
It's a break. That's what I said.
It's not a break.
Because if you're moving away from the show, outside the show, what is it now? A break, a commercial break.
It's a whole lot of nothing, man.
Anyway, let's move on.
It's outside the show. Almost.
You can't though.
It's both right because it does both.
What do you?
It airs like a commercial.
It's outside the show, though. You got to think about it. It's outside the show. I know that. Anything that's outside the show is a break.
I said that. It's in the break.
Yeah, no. But it's also advertising, but that doesn't make it its full name.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? It's still like a commercial. Because what does people do on their own commercials? They advertise something, right?
Yes, I told you
that's
I told
the same concept. So it's a commercial. It's considered as a commercial.
It's considered as another name.
Okay, yeah,
it's a plug commercial.
Adult Swim, what really made its name is for its like breaks, like the way they used to like edit their edit the commercials and things like that, just like to scare away like the kids sometimes, or sometimes have like
weird
messaging. Yeah, you know,
I used to scare you guys.
No, I used to be entertained.
No,
a little unsettling, but it was like
I think it was like a good.
I don't think I've ever seen an Adult Swim before like that. Actually scared me.
I don't think I've seen any cartoon that ever. Honestly, it gets more interesting.
Yo, this is ironic.
It's not
Courage the Cowardly Dog scared me more than Adult Swim.
What the?
Courage the Cowardly Dog, which
scared me more than Adult Swim.
And it was pretty good.
Because there was nothing like Courage the Cowardly Dog. There was nothing like it. So
why?
It was like you can't really know. You don't know what to say or do when you're watching one of the scenes that make you feel.
I know, but Adult Swim.
I remember when those shows first started.
Though, but it was to scare off the kids. But
exactly.
What really put it, I think
you were still watching. For me, Cowardly Dog. It's a kids show.
For me, with Adult Swim, I think it was more entertaining to me because it's like visual. Because I have a video with things that like kind of made me unsettled or things like as a kid that scared me as a kid.
Yeah.
Back when I was growing up, I have a video on that. Yeah, on the TV.
Which
one of them
PSAs?
PSAs. Yeah.
And most of them takes first place.
Some of them.
PSAs
commercials.
Commercials that try to teach you a lesson.
Yeah.
Oh, and I used to scare you?
Yeah. Like,
no, I have some there.
For me, it was Hellraiser.
What?
Pinhead.
That's not a show.
It was just a movie. It was just a movie.
Yeah, that's not aired.
I feel like Pinhead, the movie,
probably was aired, but like it's a commercial that tried to teach you a lesson. A lot of them weren't scared, but also a lot of them were. Like I feel like as we like advanced into further in time, they got less scary. for some reason.
It gets dulled down. It gets dulled down.
Yeah, it does. So think of, for example, like the smoking PSAs, the old ones that we used to see.
Oh, when they take an egg and they fry it.
No, not those. That's
not your brain on drugs.
No,
I don't think. I think we need. I think we need.
I get cheese with that.
We need.
Finally did.
Yeah.
When I finally did, it wasn't scary.
Yeah. What makes a commercial unsettling? I think it's the quality and the what's it called, the messaging,
the ambience.
Yeah, the ambience. Okay. Yeah, that's what really sets things off.
I gotta level with you guys.
Okay.
Because of your age, you're about to get your licenses. One commercial that would scare me is those drunk driving commercials, those don't text while you're driving commercials.
Scary.
No, don't drive and don't text were two different things.
Yeah, like those.
They always made it two different things.
Those two, like, I guess
don't text and drive and don't
text and drive and be careful. And I guess maybe at your age, I will feel maybe a little bit of urgency or a little bit of fear, maybe, or something I gotta conquer.
Yeah.
Something you gotta conquer.
I don't know why they failed to like manage the texting and driving not look scary at all. They never were scary. I remember seeing them. They never were scary.
You know why? Because that came after the fact. Like people were texting and driving like crazy.
I'm gonna be honest. The ones that really got me or really unsettled was soda commercials, Sprite or cold
soda.
Fanta, smoky commercials, and
how does soda commercial scary?
Fuck, what was the other one? Oh my god, it just left my head the second I was gonna say it. Forgot.
Smoking commercials. That's understandable.
There was something.
That's really understandable. Trust me, it really is.
Soda,
like soda.
Safety PSAs, child abuse. That one was like, that one is like, oh my god.
Are you scared to be teachers because you don't have no babysitters?
No, it's you're sad and you're scared for them and you're not even going through it. And the way they like demonstrate it.
Who are you scared for?
You have to watch it.
I know the PSA is educational though. It's not like,
you're scared for the commercial?
No, kid. The kid, like,
the kid in the commercial.
Yes, the kid in the commercial. You have to watch.
That's why there's a PSA. It's trying to teach you.
Yeah.
Well, if you watch the commercial, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If I was to show you,
I
you'd be like,
yeah, you feel a sense of dread.
Yeah, you like, damn, like that. It gets you to think, like, damn, that actually happens, you know?
And that's what a PSA should be doing.
Especially the way the PSAs betrayed itself in the beginning.
Was there a human trafficking PSA?
Yeah. I think there was there's a few, but I don't remember. There wasn't that much. The way it portrays itself from the beginning, like it acts like something else. And then as it keeps going at the end, it gets way more like
deeper and darker.
Yeah, a little bit more deep and dark.
I think back in my day, the PSA was stop, drop, and roll. Don't start. Don't play with matches, kids. Don't start fires.
It only takes a careless moment to turn this into this. Remember, only you can prevent forest fires. Let's pretend my clothes are on fire. Oh, what do I do? Drop and roll, Dick, roll. And keep rolling until you roll the fire out. All out. So remember, if your clothes ever catch on fire, stop, drop, and roll, Dick, roll. Very good, Dick.
I've seen like
but honestly, I feel like they have to scare them so they actually like take it serious.
It was a big grizzly bear, Smokey the Bear. I think I never saw the video. I don't think,
bro. Like
he used to come to like that was
Smokey.
Yeah, Smokey the Bear.
Yeah,
he was like a park ranger.
Yeah. I forgot. Only you can stop forest fires or something.
Oh yeah, don't play with matches, kids.
Yeah, don't play with matches.
And then all of a sudden, 5 minutes later, you're down the block trying to set off firecrackers.
Buddy.
90s and the 2000s were like mostly like where the commercials were at. I feel like those were like
in general. Like not even PSAs, just in general.
I feel like it was just
I think it started to die down in 2012.
They were so good. Like they got their message way more better than they do now. I barely ever see
those fake commercials. PMO,
bro. Like, look at. I'm gonna put two different commercials aside,
those
right?
PSAs.
I'm gonna put one on real quick. I'm gonna put the one from the 2000.
I've got this amazing fiance who I won't be marrying this weekend because I'm about to be in a terrible accident. But really, I should have cleaned up the grease over there, and they should never put the deep fryer so close.
Please give us £1, or we'll have to pull the trigger.
And I'm going to put on the one that's from modern time now.
Breathe in and know that vaping nicotine can actually increase feelings of stress.
Yet some vape companies get rich telling you it's a stress reliever.
So let's call it what it is. It's a breath of stress air.
Kidding me, right? No. Well, that's just terrible. My friend Mike over here just told me that his tree friends are unnecessarily cut down to make toilet paper. Don't people know that 7th generation's TP is made from 100% recycled paper? Oh, I'm not trying to be pushy.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kid.
Why is he here?
Yeah, I gotta get it trendy, honey.
Come on.
To the left. To the right. Let's go.
You don't even have to say more time. You can say one like from 2016.
Talking about shows.
Like 20, like going down to 2017 to now, even 2015.
Once they stopped being creative and using fear, it just felt meaningless.
It's not even that. They didn't even do it the right way where it's just, they don't even show most of what they need to show because
like it sucks.
It's just
back
sucks.
in my day was like use protection.
It's like
also you gotta use protection.
we seen one about that. And it was scary.
It was scary,
and
bro.
it was good.
Yep.
Because it needed to be scary. It made it good when it was scary.
Those would scare people to wear 2 rubbers, 2 condoms.
Sounds good.
It wasn't me though. I'm just letting you know, like
Hey, but
one's
it's
enough.
to be
One's enough.
bizarre.
One's enough. But it would. I would hear guys be like, "I wore 2 of those." So like, for what? What did you even feel? You might as well just put on a balloon.
A balloon, but he says.
Balloon. Nasty.
Yeah, honestly, like the PSAs, like in general though, the commercials back then used more creativity. Like it felt like they actually had a drawing board with people's suggestions. Now it
They're
feels
writers because now I think it's AI.
not yet. We're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
We ain't there yet.
People still say that.
There was suggestive writers, and now it's just gone. You know what I mean?
No, they just disappeared.
I feel like that's the same thing occurring with movies.
We had such
It
good
feels
writers.
like it's such a big monarchy, and then it's to the point where like all the people on their sides like have no creative writing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's
they
so
didn't
busy.
hire writers.
Yeah, they did this. They hired a whole bunch of kiss butts.
No, not they didn't
Assistants.
hire. They have like people, like probably like family or connections working with them, but they aren't writiters.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Do you
that's
even
what I mean.
Do you even remember any commercials that happened in 2000?
They aren't writers. Like it.
Oh, what? Not really. Maybe. I was too busy. Like
You watch TV all the time.
in the 2000s.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
You were a TV watcher back then.
That's how I got into TV.
I know, but I can't remember what was in the.
I remember I used to watch cartoons, but as soon as like
Well,
second grade, I just left all of it. I didn't care about it anymore.
My
Like,
thing is,
yeah, TV like cartoons.
how many
Cartoon Network, stuff
remakes?
like that.
My question is, how many remakes did they make of Scooby-Doo from the cartoons? That's my question. How many remakes?
Probably a
have
couple billion, bro.
That's my from we're over here show to show. My thing is, I saw so many remakes of Scooby-Doo. It was like, whoa, and like the Justice League and the so many remakes.
so with
But 2000 in the 2000s.
Can we not count that other show, the Velma? Can we not count that?
what's
I said it. You
What's
should have
that?
known. Velma.
Oh yeah, don't got that one.
I'm gonna count, and if I see it's not gonna count, okay. Wait a
The
minute.
Velma show is god awful. It's horrible.
What is Scoob 2020? What is Scoob 2020?
What is Scooby-Doo? Wait, was that the movie?
I don't know.
Okay,
What is
so
There's so many remakes on that. So
Yeah,
what's
there
up?
is. I know.
what I'm trying to say with most of these shows, going down to cartoons, reality, even like partial, like like
I've never heard of this, bro.
some of those. Oh yeah, that was a movie. You don't remember?
Never heard of it.
Yeah, you have to probably watch the trailer to understand.
Actually, I think
It
I
was a
remember.
huge meme where the guy.
I think I remember.
It was a female police officer, but then he was like disguising himself as a guy or something. It was
I
like
think
that
I
popular
remember.
meme on the movie.
Barely though, just barely. Oh, that's how much it didn't mean anything to me, huh?
I only remember because of that shit post. That's the only reason why I remember. But as I was saying, like with all those shows,
There's so much spin-offs of this, so they're doing only like adaptations and stuff. So there's like 9 official adaptations.
9 different.
Yeah.
9 different.
But there's
remakes.
so many spin-offs,
Official.
bro. Like Stay Cool Scooby-Doo or something. Remember that?
Yeah, it's like you could have.
What was it? I think it was that Stay Cool Scooby-Doo.
That one was a mess. Yeah, I remember. I feel like the best Scooby-Doo. I forgot the name. It came out in 2011.
Yeah,
best
mastered the art style.
Best one, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Best one.
Try to find it.
Not
I'll
trying
have
to
it on
bias,
screen.
though.
I already
Not
know.
that I really watched.
I've watched a lot of Scooby-Doo, like a lot, because I was into Scooby-Doo. I had the movie. I had all that. So I gave every Scooby-Doo a chance. I gave the 1970s a chance.
That's the ones I used to watch.
Which Scooby-Doo are you talking about?
And then Scooby-Doo Kids.
Scooby-Doo, that one.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
How about Scooby-Doo Kids? You never saw Scooby-Doo Kids?
I saw Scooby-Doo Kids. Yeah,
that was back in my day.
yeah, I
There
remember
it
that one.
is. Be Cool Scooby-Doo.
I've seen all
2015 to 2018.
Yeah.
That one was so mid.
Fun fact.
Like it's like you can forget about that one. Totally.
I only remember is when we were watching a movie in the theaters. It was Goosebumps, I remember. And it played a commercial for Stay Cool Scooby-Doo. And they were in a vending machine or some shit. And they were like,
Stay Cool Scooby-Doo.
yeah. It was, yeah. And I remember, I was like, oh, that's that.
Dang,
but that's how I only
old,
remember
bro.
it.
Damn.
That's how I only remember it. And that was like 2015.
Before we talk about shows, I'm going to get a little off topic because I do want to talk about one particular movie that I saw this week. Minecraft movie.
Oh,
I'm not going to spoil anything.
Okay.
No
obviously.
spoilers.
But,
No spoilers.
y'all, it's a lot better than I thought. Like, because the movie is ironic, and if you're going to ironically watch it, you're going to walk out a little satisfied at least. Because,
Okay.
yeah. Like they made it ironically. Like it's almost like they're entwined with the memes. Like they're aware of it, right?
Mhm.
And they did it. And that's great about it. Honestly, in my opinion. And also that's the most like filled I've ever seen.
The movie theater?
The movie theater. It was absolutely filled.
You know,
It looked like 1992.
you know what's funny that you mentioned even how filled the movie theaters were?
Mm-hmm.
Recently, people have been getting kicked out because people have been screaming over like the parts that are most
Yeah,
popular.
they were just
Yeah.
cheering. Like when Steve said "I am Steve," everyone was screaming "I am Steve," and they just started clapping. Yeah, everyone was watching it ironically at this point.
That is funny.
They were all watching it ironically.
Now,
Okay.
there's a YouTuber I watch. His name is Morse Critical, right? He went to the movie theaters and it was 5 a.m, right? It was 5 a.m. The movie just came out.
I mean, nobody
And he was
watches.
the only one
No, to be
there.
fair.
And fell asleep 2 times. And
Nobody
he said,
goes to watch a movie.
He said it was boring.
5 in the
And I
morning.
feel like, here's the thing. I feel like I do agree with both of you guys. If you're not watching the movie
you
to
gotta
not take it serious and you're kind of like having fun with it, okay.
you gotta have fun. He took it too serious.
He wanted to really watch it.
too early too,
And then-
and he fell asleep because he didn't get enough sleep.
That's
crazy.
The top comment
That's
said,
pretty
imagine
biased.
you walk into a movie theater and you see Charlie's corpse just there sleeping watching the Minecraft. That was the top comment. But the only reason why I mentioned that is
You
because
have
a lot
to
of
take a picture.
people didn't really understand what the Minecraft movie was really for. And I saw two's perspective. Three's perspective.
Okay.
People said that they wish it was more of a story. People thought there was more to it, which took it way more serious, and then
Yeah.
most people ironically watching it.
It's honestly a very simple storyline. Very simple.
I think what makes the movie fun is the visual and like the, how do I say this? Like the memes. I think that's what really makes it like the dumbest shit, but then you're kind of like laughing at it. And
Yeah,
You gotta watch. If you're gonna watch it unironically, you're not gonna enjoy it.
I mean, I'm gonna watch it in the comfort of my home. I'm not gonna watch it.
You gotta watch it ironically. Honestly, you're not.
Are you guys sitting over next to each other?
Yeah.
Or were you guys separate? Oh, okay.
We were separate. Why would we be separate?
Because you said it was packed.
It was packed, but we had seats for
Oh,
ourselves.
okay. I see.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Nobody was recording.
wait.
Probably.
Yeah,
we
there
heard,
probably was.
people like saying like stuff like Sigma or Ayo. You know, just slang.
Slaying 2025.
Yeah.
Slaying 2025. What do you give the movie?
I don't know.
And now here's the thing: people
thought-
don't rate movies when they have fun with
I
it.
thought it was gonna be a 2 or 3 out of 10. Honestly, I give it a 5.5. I actually liked it a lot more than I thought.
Okay. Well, that's official by Isaiah.
Before we wrap this up, what's up with a fun fact? At least give us one fun
You want a
fact.
fun fact?
One. Just one fun fact. A fun fact, baby. Just one.
On what show? What is?
I really want to get into. I want to say one of the things from Attack of Titans.
No.
I don't want to spoil.
Yeah, it will
What?
spoil. I don't
Yeah.
think we can get fun facts about shows because it might spoil something about a show.
Commercial.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
get in commercials. So we can't really get into.
So no fun facts this week.
I mean, kind
It's alright, but-
of with the adaptation, but you know, it was about.
Mm.
You want to give a specific commercial, or because it's going to be very general?
I forgot the brands.
Yeah, I don't think
that
anyone
were,
knows
like,
commercial names.
I mean,
What is that talking about?
Oh, what's your PSA?
I just cannot believe you don't remember this, and I remember more than you do.
What?
Commercials back in like in the 2010 and 11.
You gotta
I was
look
a
'em up.
toddler.
Yeah,
And I remember
I thought you
a
said
lot.
2000.
Yeah, 2000.
It could be 2000.
Going down to 2001, 2002, 2003, all those years, except for 2014.
Okay, well, that's not what I was
13.
asking.
I don't care. I know a lot of people are looking at it like this. What?
It's a big
Like
mashup.
13.
It's a big mashup. I can't.
If you probably see some of them, you probably remember.
I remember back, I can't remember.
You remember commercials as a kid, right?
I kind of do, like, I can't just, like, remember it. It has to, like, a memory has to come to me,
Damn,
or
bro,
I
you
have to
missed the
see it and
you have
get
to-
a memory off
Yeah,
of
that's
it.
what I was gonna say.
Bro
Yeah.
missed the peak.
Yeah, you kind of just, as crazy as this might sound, but you kind of missed it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You
we've
missed
seen-
a
we've
lot of
seen-
good commercials.
We've seen like 3 hours worth of old commercials. And we're
Yeah.
like, this was so much better.
Yeah, and I remember I started getting flashbacks as a kid. I'm like, oh my god, I remember this. I remember that because when I was in kindergarten, every time I would come home, I would like take my mom's phone and I'll watch Fred on my phone, and then I'll watch anything that's on the show. So Adventure Time just came out at the time. Regular Show also just came out, which was the same people.
Mhm.
And then SpongeBob had like, what was it, season 4? I think it was season 3
Oh, yeah.
at the time. And Adult Swim was still popping off. There was like a lot of shows from Adult Swim that I can't name. I don't know the names, but I do recognize the plot story and the faces, the characters. I just don't know the name.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going with names either.
But I do know a lot. I just don't know the name of the show.
I hear you. I'm
What
like
the
that
show
too
itself.
sometimes.
But-
It's sometimes they don't even come to my head like that.
But before I forget, shows have done so much for me, at least, gave me ideas, changed point of views, the way I see in life and things like that. And it's crazy how movies and shows can do that. Almost just about anything, artwork, maybe one video, maybe a minute video. But the point is that it can really like, you know, grow on you and kind of like carry you throughout years on end. And you wouldn't
Lean on it.
wouldn't really forget it. And it can even give you ideas, like, you know, so when I started to remember all my commercials and all my shows and whatnot, like all those things that like kind of like unsettled me or even scared me as a child, coming down to commercials and even shows or even things or entertainment systems or whatever that, you know, that I remember as a kid, I didn't know where to put it. So I put it in one video because I wanted for everyone to see or to even remember. And it seems like a lot of people are remembering and people are even bringing back like old styles and things like that. But that just gets to show that the past can have an impact even to its time now. And I feel like we're seeing it more throughout these years than more than ever any other years right now. Cause we're seeing like a lot of 70s Miami
It rhymes.
styles, things like
the
all
world
of
rhymes.
that.
The
And
world is gonna
that
rhyme.
comes back to also I want to say is history repeats itself, and I feel it's like probably like the best. To be honest, I've seen some a lot. I mean, obviously, I looked up all of it. I didn't live in it, but as I seen, in my opinion, I feel this is probably like the best, like personal art. Well, some artworks, undergrounds mostly, not newer, popular mainstreams, but the ones you're not really gonna hear about all the time. I've heard yet because I mean, we got like people that make videos that are not even like that big on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's the ones I've watched. Like me and Isaiah watch Solar Sands, and he has like I think he's like 1 million subscribers. Still a little underrated, and he like makes like great videos, and that's all for inspirations by books, shows, and how media sees things from the past, and he kind of presents that from if that's the past or the future. So I think that's like really like that's
His
strong.
interpretation of his fusion. His interpretation of his
Like if that's rather that's books, AI, shows, commercials, even lost stuff, like he tries to put it in a way. And that's what a lot of YouTubers do, like icebergs and whatnot. So, and one of those things I always brought up when I always see those videos, it's always kind of follows back or kind of has like example as a show or a commercial, which was mostly back then, and even modern time shows they're good, but they're just rare. And I feel like they were kind of I feel like there's a lot of potentials with like new shows. That's why I love Invincible. That's why I love Attack on Titans.
Attack on Titans is still pretty old.
Man, I know it is, but I'm talking about like the new season because the way they like they showed it because the book came out, and the way they executed it for the show was like. Sometimes I wish I would have went to a movie theater, but if I was to go to a movie theater, I probably would have been in sub, and I'm not really trying to watch in sub. I'm gonna be honest, so I probably would have been like a, you know. But all I'm gonna say, if you're getting into shows or anything like that, all I'm gonna say is that just really try to give things a try. You never know what can really like you can come across on and just be like, holy shit, this was good, and kind of like it carries on.
Give it a chance.
Give it a chance.
Just give it a chance.
Really give things a chance because it really like it does grow on you. Like if you really like it.
That's what I was trying to like when I was trying to like show you guys movies and stuff. I would try to show you guys like okay, like for instance, when I showed you guys about Weird Science, like Weird Science, I was like, just give it a chance, guys. Just give it a chance. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've always been I've always been interested of old 80s movies and even 90s movies because it was like something that we wouldn't see now, and that's kind of been blocked off the list from movies now. Like things you would see in that movie you wouldn't see now in 2025. Yeah. So I gotta appreciate things like that because it's like, damn, they spent like time, money, and things technology wasn't even at is where it's at now. Because I feel like it really started to pop off and like in the kind of in the middle of 2000s, like 2003. That's when
technology started popping up even better, right?
And that's when you started seeing a lot of Canon pictures and a lot of cameras, like handheld cameras. Because technology became like a huge, like
4K, right?
Yeah.
Like 4K, everything's 4K.
And a lot of people really do not want AI to take over
4K
because they're like,
actually, wait,
artworks and things
that
like
should
that.
be for next episode.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get into that, but I will say I did see a reel about that. And I am gonna get into that for another video. All I'm gonna say is that I'm gonna say in that video is I'm not disagreeing with the main. Like, I'm not trying to disagree with that whole entire thing you're saying, but I feel like I disagree on most things because it's so heavily focused on something that we already use on the daily basis. But I'm gonna leave it as that.
On a daily.
All right.
But leave it as that.
But shows, commercials.
That's about it.
That's our thing. And I feel like a lot of people from different regions need to see upon. In the US, I feel it's probably the best when it comes to commercials and shows as I grew up.
Of course.
But
USA.
yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Okay. So what's the fun facts?
You want to hear a fun fact? Honestly,
A fun fact. At least one.
Give us.
Honestly, it can't really give like a good, interesting fun facts on this category.
Okay. So,
like, not really. Like, I feel like I'd have to probably do my own research.
So, okay, let's come up with a different fun fact. Just a random.
yeah,
fun
just
fact.
come up with the random. Man, there's like so many like shows and commercials, I'm still on Clay animations back then for commercials, even shows were so entertaining. So entertaining.
Gumby. I remember that it was a show called Gumby. It's so old. It's older than me. My mom showed me that. Look at Gumby. His two eyes were BBs. Like copper BBs, and he was all green. He'll go through walls. He had a friend named Pokey. It was a horse.
Jeez.
Pretty good show. It got boring. But it was a good show. It got boring. But it was a good show. It was innocent.
Oh, I think it was in a garage or something. Stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that was what was his name? God, I forgot what his name was. But he was on the one who made Apple was like Jobs? Him?
Steve Jobs.
Steve. Okay. Yeah, Steve was on, as I've heard, he was on drugs when he made the first iPhone. That's what I heard.
He was visited by aliens.
That's the first time they actually worked in his benefit.
I don't know where his one was at. I know he was probably the only one.
Idea, like,
maybe it is fake. Maybe it's just more of his to carry his legacy of his name. If anything, the round of applause.
Is he dead?
Does that work?
Yeah, he's dead.
When did he die?
I think it was cancer or something. He died a while back.
Yeah.
You were young. You were really young.
Like 2010?
It was like Jersey Shore days,
2011.
11.
Oh.
No. Yeah.
Maybe
9, 10.
Yeah, look at it when he died. I think it was like 2012 or 13.
Yeah, it was like
Steve Jobs?
Steve Jobs, yeah. The iPhone user.
The iPhone
Maker, creator, yeah.
Founder, yeah.
Yeah. The creator.
Oh, we are the iPhone users.
Yeah, we're the iPhone users.
2011.
Cancer.
You had it. You said 10 11, I think.
Yeah.
Somebody said 10 11.
It was either, I said 2012, 13, or 11.
Latest. Neuroendocrine tumor. It's like something in the brain.
Yeah, he had cancer or something.
Yeah, he did have cancer.
It was pretty bad.
I wonder if it was from the drugs. Probably.
We don't know.
No, something that I've known, your body has likely fought back cancer in like the past month.
I know.
Yeah. it's like that risky.
I do want to get into that. With,
Yeah,
like,
you wouldn't want to increase the chances.
The
That's
next
why.
video,
That's
maybe.
why giving yourself what's that called? Sunburn? Yeah, sunburn is bad because you're increasing the chances
of getting
because
cancer.
your body probably already has it, and you're giving yourself sunburn.
Yep.
That's double.
Intensifying it.
Yeah. Anyway, should we? I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
For this.
Should we close it?
Close it.
Yeah, we should close it. Yeah.
We should close it. We should all close it. A big seance.
I closed down the what's it called? Garage door.
Nah, but folks, this was episode 6, the family episode with 2 of my boys. I got 2 of my boys on the podcast. This is me, your boy Serge. We're trying to get everything out here, baby. Spend a little bit of cash. This is Black Roses Podcast.
Our Patreon will be in the link description, and our last episode will also be in the link description. But that will be pretty much it for the Black Roses podcast. If you guys already haven't, make sure to share the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, do all that good stuff. And our Instagram will also be in the link description. And one more thing you have to say.
One word.
Hello, bro.
One word.
One word. I'm Zaya.
Ooh. All right. Peace, guys. We'll see you. Peace. We'll see you later.